Welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters Dallas 2019. This is a great home for it, and well, what you have just witnessed right there was a scary side on both of their halves. That's right, CT's not looking too awesome across the board here. A little bit of a slow start for Team Liquid, but ultimately they're able to get it done. Chad and Maniac here to kind of dissect this one with me.
Yeah, I think a point that Henry made during the cast that teams, they weren't really focusing too much on their T sides, and then here we've actually seen some more unique things coming out in recent times. Fnatic's have had a couple of interesting outtakes. North as well have one here that we actually wanted to highlight and jump into pretty quickly. This is for the drawing board right here, and we're going to have a look at this smoke setup that they're going to do that allows them to go towards ladder control. So once we jump into that, we could start isolating where these smokes are going to go. So normally you see that over towards Secret, but they're going to do a wall with two smokes here and here, and this interesting one over towards the warehouse. Now what that actually is going to allow them to do with the Molotovs here to block off any information towards Secret, that's two that you've just seen go down, and the flash from Yugi's going to come in from the top here. It's going to land into warehouse. They're going to get control. The next bit that happens is really cool. Another flash will happen, which allows Gade and Voldet to take either angle, and now for the AWPer, which is Naf, he has so many different positions to worry about. Eventually he's going to get taken down, but then it's the reaction that we would really highlight coming in next, Matthew.
Yeah, indeed, that north take outside really puts Liquid into a tough spot, and they cannot take the risk of staying inside and being at risk from main and ladder. So what they do is, as we see here, is they push inside the lobby, and AC is going to get getting rid of. So when that happens, Liquid only has to worry about the main and the heaven. This is the only way that you can react to an outside take, and if people are going to try and take on you from heaven side. And that was quite impressive from Liquid, because I wouldn't consider them specialists of this map by any mean. And what North would bring it to the table here was truly an expert tactic, was how I would qualify it.
Yeah, I really like to see the way that they flash off each other. In this round here, it wasn't easy to win, right? Obviously, Stewie has to win a 1-on-2 situation, and Twist does a good job of defending the best he can from the bomb site, but they are able to pick this one up. I think that this time we saw North go for a similar play later on, and they actually... Liquid reacted accordingly again, but then that time they lost the round. So it's a good strat that North are running.
Well, I kind of want to ask you both if there's some sort of correlation with both teams kind of struggling on their CT side.
I think that, look, I think that now when the economy is helping the CTs, a little bit, well, it helps everybody a little bit more, right? The fact is that I think the T sides have gotten better. They've gotten more diverse. Teams are better at playing with rotations. They're better at hanging on and stopping all the I guess, standard holds, right? They're able to make you feel more uncomfortable on a regular basis. We were going to highlight a second round here, and that was this one. So we can probably speed forward. This is an AWP on Naf's hands, and he gets pushed out of position again. But you can see when Nitro dies in warehouse, that's about to happen right here. The way that they react in this situation is actually to drop into the side, because Naf feels so much pressure towards top ladder. Now I can actually fast forward this. What you can see happening is Naf is in this position, and Twist has to defend top ladder with a UMP, and that's not what you want. That's not the idealistic weapon to be fighting that angle with, and they actually lose this round. So if Naf had stayed maybe T-Vent and spotted towards top ladder, they might have had a better chance in that one.
I guess overall reactions here to what was new, because that is the first map of this best of 3 to a close. We get to look forward to Mirage, but give me some closing thoughts, the first looks we're seeing with these teams.
I think it was disappointing for North, to be honest, because after that first half on the T side, they bring a lot to the table. You think, well, they have a shot. It's 9-6 first half. They switch over to the CT side, and then that's a different kind of scenario. Liquid is just outperforming, overmatching everyone individually speaking, I think, and there you could see that North with that 5-man still young, and Valdez still young as an Inger as well.
So, Chad, I'll start to direct this one at you. We're going to Mirage. This is a Liquid pick. Now Liquid's won the first map. This was North's pick. Talk to me about how different this one could look.
I think that Liquid will probably run over them at this point. If you're North and you lose your map choice, you put yourself in like a very awkward situation, right? Because I think they needed that to take this 1-3, excuse me, and give themselves a chance on overpass.
You okay, man?
That's like in my throat. I don't know, maybe it was the lasagna, but no, hopefully Liquid aren't, because they need this game, right, to make it all the way through, to give themselves a chance to get straight to semis.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate end goal. The prize of this best of 3 is to get a little bit further in that bracket than your opponent. It's Team Liquid taking on North. We're going to be jumping into that second map here. It's going to be of Mirage, brought to you by Henry G and Sadikist. How we doing over there, fellas?
I just ate some cake. I'm doing great, actually. It was
Maybe
delicious.
That's what it was. Maybe I have was it walnuts in there, Matt?
Yeah, I
think
so. That coconut, I think.
Delicious nonetheless.
It was amazing. Why I needed that in my life, I don't know, but I did.
Well, you've got it now, and let's see what you guys can do with Mirage, huh?
We'll do our best. That's all we ever can do, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to see how it goes down. North certainly have to do their best. This is Liquid's pick now, and after getting manhandled on the CT side there, it looks like they might be limping into this one slightly now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's certainly the case. They had a very slow start. Bit surprising. I was actually sitting here thinking, wow, Valda, what a well composed and choreographed T-side. You're looking great, and then the communication and positioning. I don't want to point the finger at anyone specifically. Certainly not for his performance, but his positioning, which ultimately is a team decision. Yugi, I still think a ramp's not positioned for the op all the time.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do here. As we alluded to at the end of the first map, Mirage is where he'll be able to do some more impactful work, I would say, especially on the CT side. It's exactly where they start. We're getting into this one, ladies and gentlemen, the second map of this best of 3. We'll see if North can take us to a third. It's not looking likely with everything considered, but we'll have a look at the buys as they come through. Liquid will have 2 smokes, a Molotov, flashbangs, no P250 this time, but 3 players with Kevlar, and 1 defuse kit this time for Valda. So a slight adjustment from Nuke, where they had Kevlar across the board. Molotov will land it towards the window and remove vision from Yugi especially. And it looks like for now, at least, they'll be setting up towards a B-bomb site with 4 players towards the apartment, 1 heading up short.
He waits inside, finds Twist as he gets around the corner and took him down immediately, but then fell to Nitro, who is still up in the window. But the advantage firmly with North is Stewie's on 17. I say firmly. Bomb plant certainly significant. Acts as the extra man. The magnet. They've all got to go toward it. 3 going to do so from Checker Room. 1 from Catwalk, and Stewie, the man on low HP, is doing his best to keep Kiabi distracted. Not only that, he finds the kill. Now it's the advantage to Liquid, and Nitro has never had to leave the hallway. He may not need to. Stewie's come back around to find yet another, and Vault is bowing out and going home. He'll hide behind the flower pot for the headshot. His only chance, and Elige knew it. There's no way he was getting any distance between them.
1-0. You're right, North with the advantage there, but a well-choreographed strategy towards the B-bomb site enables Liquid to pick up the first pistol of Mirage. Now, we saw North force buy in the second round on the CD side of Nuke. I don't think we'll see the same here to full eco, nor a single dollar brought in. So, should be the 2-0 pretty much locked in. We'll see. Molotovs towards middle as they set up here. It's going to be a very spread out defaults. Bomb outside the A ramp, 2 players there. Mafly patrolling towards Palace, Stewie B apartment, and Nitro waiting for any mid aggression. CT's on the other hand gone for a 5-man stack in B. It'd be quite foolish just to call a rush B at the start of one of these rounds. So far so good for Liquid. Just going to be holding up and sending in SMGs first to see if there's anything towards A, I would imagine.
Stewie. Stewart. Skadoodle. Skadooey. He's inside a connector. Smoke gap, couldn't spot anyone because why would anyone be elevated in that position? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they may be willing to try and hold reverse side fire. Perhaps push forward in the site for a stack. It is a stack, but it's at B, and I think that that's where they'll stay. Bomb's gonna get planted on A. They're all just hanging out in Checker Room, with the exception of Gerby. Off doing his own thing as always. It's a bit of a firing squad on entry.
Yeah, looking for anything they can. Round's obviously gone. Don't really need to hunt if you're Liquid. Maybe the SMGs can explore, but that's about it. Wolf being very patient here. Very rare to see a round end in 0 kills. You haven't got there yet, but it's looking likely. Nitro waiting towards short, so we will see a kill here at least. Spots 1. There it is. $600 in the bag for him. CTs will fall off their stack and try and focus towards Nitro. See if they can recover the UMP or save someone some cash. Doesn't look like they'll get much though. 3 kills found. And will we see the buy now from North? Excuse me. We will indeed. It's going to be Orcs brought out for 2. Yugi has enough of the AWP. He will purchase it. Glass cannon there. He had exactly enough cash for that alone and nothing else. So if he's going to deliver, this will be a fantastic way to kick things off. 3 players towards A, including Yugi, heads towards Connector. Can't be super aggressive with the lack of armor. We'll see what can be done here. Taking damage from the flames there. Quite a lot of it as well, down to 64.
Flash forward from Elige behind the box. He'll get the AK and just take a peek. For those wondering how he does that with his little stock AK, he took his stickers and then scraped them off. I think the Clue stickers is the ones that do it the best.
The foiled ones, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Leaves the little traces of his name etched on the side of the gun. I see a lot of people asking that from time to time on Twitter. Nitro sneaks out from lower. Just to note, by the way, that's 3-0 for Pistols in favor of Liquid. And they've converted to the 2-0 at least on all three. That's a problem for North going forward, surely.
Yeah, especially at this point in the game. Lose this map. That's the series over. This is Liquid's pick as well. Smoke down. AZ did spot one, but unable to find the target through the smoke. No damage done. Great progression, though, from Liquid. They've got themselves up short. The bombs towards B, so a split looking very likely here. Giabi holds towards Ben. Cade, good for one. Surely not the second, though. He does damage. Giabi continues to find them the lead. 4 versus 3. And that's a great shot. That should be the round, surely. If not now. 4-on-1. Nitro trying to cause any sort of damage he can at this point. He's got the Galil. Don't think he'll be finding another one yet. Too many players around him. Great damage to his Judy, but swarmed. And he'll be dropped. It's going to be North for their first round. Keep 4 players up as well, including the AWP. So he can buy armor now, get the grenades he needs. And this is where the game really begins. We're going to have nice buy. Maybe not sort of across the board for Liquid. Twist only has 1,500. So will they take a more conservative approach here or go for the AKs and a pistol? Might just be the former because money's pretty low. Going to take a tactical timeout to discuss their options. Liege's the one to call it.
That gives Adren the chance to jump in should he feel so inclined. Former player on this organization before taking into the coaching role, or stepping into the coaching role. Not simultaneously. There was a gap in between in which he was back doing his own thing.
It was about a 2-year hiatus from any sort of pro CS for him. Wasn't really in any teams, wasn't really doing much.
Yeah, his most notable, I suppose you could say in CSGO, given the height and popularity of the game and certainly the rise of its esport stature, you could say that he had more significant career in CSGO, but certainly was a top-level player in CS Source in North America. Team Dynamic, probably the best North American Source players that they had.
It was a different game then because we never had real international tournaments of Source. It's never really happened. So, yeah, he was definitely kind of rumored to be one of the very tops. We just didn't really get the test of those top teams in Europe and North America. But yeah, definitely decorated in both versions of the game. Great grenades here. So the partial buy from Liquid, not fully committing. They got to try and get out towards B. You can see shots being exchanged. It should be absolutely fine here for North as they get their third frag. Bomb doesn't look like to go down. A couple of kills brought in. Now trying to spam away with that Deagle. Does a little bit of damage towards the window player. This will be Valder, but swallows not quite the grenade. Bang attempt coming through, and at this stage, just trying to bleed them out of utility. And they can discuss next round as well.
Naf backs out from the Palace position. I say that with a correction required. B apartments position, Palace apartments, whatever you want to call them. AZ's got the kill. Naf goes down. So just as we did on Nuke, we start out with Liquid winning the pistol, converting, and then we get back to a tie situation. And just as we did on Nuke, not a massive purchase from Liquid to concede that tying point means now they'll be able to buy in full. I say full, there's not an op and there is a Galil for Twist, but it is a full gun round nonetheless. And we'll have Yugi to go against. He's got the op on the other side. 1 kill so far in the game. We'll see if he can heat things up now with his preferred weapon. Already smoked off from Connector. Couldn't hit the shot when they crossed the box. He'll rotate back to the window knowing that the utility there is due to expire. Oh my god.
Ouch.
Oh, Elise just got absolutely styled on.
Yeah, that was really nice from North. 3 grenades towards the top and middle. Aggression towards that position as well. Yields him a frag. Naf trying to respond now as he sneaks in towards Tetris. He's been granted control there. The information that 3 nades are towards middle suggests that A will be relatively open, but the flashbang combo suggests North are well aware of his antics towards that position. They've got themselves a huge lead here. Looking to bounce back on Mirage. This will put them in a 3-2 position. They still need to close the round out still with a minute remaining, but there's barely any utility on the T side. 1 Molotov now as they look to Pincer from Connector and the A ramp.
Yugi just waits. A-Ramp Pincer's fine, but the op at CT can certainly foil all plans. Not with a shot, or rather lack thereof, like that from Yugi. Nitro and Stewie exploding onto the site, but they don't check sandwich! Oh, what a reaction from Nitro. He'll gobble the sandwich down, and he'll take the bake into the site. Bomb going to be planted. 28 HP. He's got to wrap back out of this. Molotov doesn't give him any options, and they're going to swing. He had very little to work with.
More than what they were worth, to be honest. That was a 4 versus 2. They managed to get 2 extra kills, the bomb down, and loss bonus for them will be a 3rd stage after this. So that might be enough to get them somewhat of a buy. It won't be a full one, that's for sure, but they might be able to bring out a similar situation we saw before with Tech9's, Deagle's armor, basic utility, as they all hover around $3,500 here. Here's the initial point of access from Nitro. You're right, they did not check the sandwich position. And Nitro swinging around almost a full 180 there to get the kill in their favor. And there it is, partial buy. I speculated towards, going to be those Deagles. 1 flash, 1 smoke. They sent 3 players towards the Palace position. Valda reading this very well. They're going to that flash attack strategy from the Palace, trying to get out. Quick plant, not going to happen. 4-2, North back on their feet. Remember the CT side on Nuke that looked pretty ropey. This is much more convincing after losing the pistol once again. They find themselves a 4-2 lead, but another gun round coming through. Will we see the Nitro AWP? Has got enough to purchase it. Ops against it, AK for him. And still plenty of time here on their T side. So not bringing out the heavy artillery just yet.
Molotov back down. Bottom of connector. Elige wants to continue around. Smoke's off in both positions. Interesting smoke as well on the top side. The ledge of connector means they can't peek out from it, and their feet would show first if they walked under it. So it does give an advantage almost to Elige's position. Nap will take out AZ. That opens the round. Goes over toward Palace as well. And that's actually going to summon the rest of Liquid to rotate back. Twist was all the way up, or rather under, below, from the underpass, and he's even rotating back down the apartment. Stewie in mid takes out Chiari. That allows options for a split. Twist could go either way at this point. Instead, though, he'll join Elige, Nitro, and Naf at the front side of the site. Yugi has to hit shots. He got his op back. They won the last round, threw it back over to him. Gade was the one to do so. But the same position which he whiffed from last time is where he sits and resides now. Passive, nonetheless, and he's spotted out once more. Stays alive at least. Flash and a reposition. Doesn't want to get nades thrown in his direction, given that he's gone down to 22. That Molotov would have done him in, so smartly he gets away. But do they concede the round off this alone with 28 seconds?
I think they do. I think they've just given in and letting Liquid have the A side. It looks like 2 kills will be enough. It's Stewie and Naf to deliver nice rifle shots there. And AZ and Kiabi have got nothing in response. So North will just hold on to the rifles here and the flinching AWP as well. They've got kits, a little bit of utility to save. You can see Liquid just thinking about a push here. Stewie has got time to make his way towards apartments if they want to probe towards the B side of the map, but it doesn't look like a massive amount of resources being thrown towards the hunt. But there it is, 4-3. Simple stuff from Liquid to get themselves in towards the A site, no problem at all. Not going to be committing towards the players saving those rifles. Convincing round. Let's see if North will change things up, potentially go for a double AWP setup here. That could be an option for them. Indeed, they have. I've seen the secondary AWP purchased. Who will use it, though? It's going to be AZ. He has been the secondary AWP a few times, different iterations of North. Currently on 5 and 3 as he picks up the sniper rifle, and he'll be heading towards A side originally. Turns around as Yugi is now isolated towards Palace with the AWP. Can't really hold them off. They've already quickly made their way out. He does get one, however, but gives up his position. Opens up opportunities for Valda, who will strike from the CT spawn position. 5 versus 3, but still a dangerous round here for North.
Easy, just wait. All he can do, it's out of the smoke, but Stewie's had enough of that. He spots him in return. That gives them a kill. That might provide the access to the site that they need, but then Yugi finally gets one back on Stewie. And Yugi, he still holds all the cards sitting in Palace. Because when they cross, when they transition, they have to confront him, and Half does so extremely successfully. He's gone beyond that. He finds Gade as well. It's only on Kiarbi. Suddenly, the round turns. Liquid continue to find ways back in, and they might tie this game. Kiarbi's got so much to do and so little to work with. Nitro plants the bomb. Yeah, Excuse me, I take that back. Naf's the one with the bomb, so Nitro can't. He's got position, but not the bomb to work with.
This is still looking pretty decent for Kiabi. The fact they haven't planted yet, he can just be patient at this point. Gives up the fact he's still towards A by dropping the smoke, but he has got another one. 2 smokes down, builds himself a path to take vision away.
Clearly, he knows at this point bomb's not on the site. Because if it was down. So what's the call going to be? And the patience will pay off. The smoke's down, no subsequent action.
He's gone to B.
Exactly that. Nitro was waiting inside of the site the whole time. He didn't spot anything, so they can call the fact that it's clear. They'll bring the bomb in, and it was a clever enough play from Kiabi to create doubt, but it's not going to give him anything, unfortunately, in the end.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. That was a 5-on-3. But you could see the positions of the CTs there. There was a chance it could fall apart. Yugi did very well to get 2 kills from the apartments there, but he was just a matter of time before he went down. Maybe a little bit more defensive after getting those picks would have been enough just to sow the seeds of doubt in towards Liquid, but Nitro takes his head off, and now Fly goes to town. What an amazing play. What a massive round. Liquid will indeed be tying things up 4-4. There will be at least one more buy, let's say. Be on the cusp, to be fair, actually. They have second stage loss bonus after this. They're going to save 1 rifle. Yugi can drop another. Valdo have enough to buy himself. So they can buy. Whether they will is another question altogether. Pulling the rabbit out of the hat there. Looked like they were absolutely done for. So there it is. Yugi 6,500. They are going to buy. Valdo confirms that. Instant purchase into the org. Yugi with the AWP. There will be compromises though. Gade and AZ, the last 2 players to buy, only have $2,000. So Deagle for Gade. AZ has been dropped to UMP, I believe. Indeed he has. Going for Brokev. Lose this round. They're going to be eco next round. So see what they can do with that.
Nitro. We're gone. Tagged by Kirby, locked in position. Yugi strikes on him. It's Elige that's behind the boxes. Remember, he was naded out of that position before as well. That is what we call a missed smoke. It's a bit of a clever attempt. If you could get a smoke into that courtyard to block off the door, it certainly makes the push easier in the apartments, but you can also do it through the window, so peculiar thought. Unless, of course, somewhere else it bounced entirely wrong, but that seemed to be the intent from my side of it. Yugi. Again, struggling from that CT position, but Valda is in a much better one, not when the second player is so far staggered, and the fact that Elise was able to turn. He's on top of the cinder block. He can't really move. AZ can. Wow. He takes the bomb and takes the rounds.
Well, a round where they were compromised in a lot of different departments there, but they managed to hold on tight, keep 4 players up. It went down to a 5-on-2. I was still a little bit worried for them. Either way, they will take the lead back 5-4 on their CT side here. Mirage, AZ have a really clean finish here with the UMP. Close range positions well, but now the AWP still in the hands of Yugi. No secondary AWP, that's for sure, but AZ has got the AK-47. Changing his position up every single round. That's how he stayed dynamic, unpredictable. Nails the jump towards short. Got to nail the shot as well. That's no problem at all. Elige maybe jumping out before the flashbanger popped. And he's dropped. At this point, North with the advantage. Don't have to press too much more. They'll continue to have a look around with their flashbang combos, which have been very impressive so far. Still, they fall back safely. Yugi towards short this time. Smoke towards connector from Liquid. Flashbangs are decent to gain them access towards CPL. Yugi, though, might not be backing down so easily.
Kiabi takes out a twist. He still waits on the corner of catwalk. Meanwhile, Kiabi found Stewie trying to work out from connector, and although they got middle, they got nothing to do with it. The op goes down, Naf, but he's going to take his time about this. Might even go for the extra money if he keeps backing into him. He just wants him to lead him to everybody else. 48 seconds, what else can you give me? Tried to get 2 for it, can't. It was a clever attempt. It was all he could ask for, but AZ gets him back in the end.
Well, there we have it. Yugi's AWP finding influential picks at the start of each round. Like we said, jumping up towards short, beats the Liege as the flashbang comes over. 6-4, round 11. Should be the eco now from Team Liquid, and indeed it is. They've got CZs, PD50s, couple of sets of Kevlar there. They've actually got 4 grenades. I dare say they're going to smoke window and throw 4 grenades in behind it. There's the smoke towards middle, and it's enough. The airstrike is successful. That should be the key to make their way through, but Vald is in such a prime position. He's good for 2. That nade isn't. We'll see if KRB can find another. Oh no, not like this. It's a sandwich once again that fools Team Liquid. I feel like North's done enough at this point. Just Nitro left with the PG-50. Great effort considering what they had, but it is shut down at this stage. Surely Nitro will not find another.
Thought he might try and swing right into jungle and wrap back onto the low HP player Gabe, but they hold on. Nitro hit a pretty spectacular shot toward Catwalk with the pistol against an AUG of all guns that can certainly hold the angle to the advantage. North still have the lead though, 7-4. And the timeout is called. This time I presume, I haven't seen it on my screen by, oh excuse me, it's not. So the timer's actually broken in our HUD. I hadn't seen a purchase, and I think the entire HUD is frozen. Because
yeah, they have
that's
guns.
Not, okay, they do have guns.
Yeah, restart the HUD. Let's go.
And the money, I was looking at the timer not moving, the money's still not being spent. I thought, oh, we must be in a timeout, but we're not. So we'll get that fixed up. Minute and 34 left in the round. It's an AWP and 4 AKs for Team Liquid. An AWP, 2 AUGs and an AK left. Make that 2 AUGs and forget the AWP from Yugi because Volda and Yugi have gone down.
Still a chance. You can see them focusing towards middle.
Reset the HUD if you can hear me. Easy. Nade back out toward mid. It's gonna take down, excuse me, Nitro, that's KRB. I'll try and keep track of the HUD from
it's getting
a
all sorts
different
confusing.
perspective. AZ's actually over toward the stairs at jungle. But it's a rotation required back over from the B site because that's where 2 of the 3 players remain from North. Instead, the bomb goes on toward A. AZ catches out a Liege, but Twist, he's got to watch CT. Naf's not out there. They want to go for the bomb plant. Naf was actually waiting. And Stewie, there we go, are inside of the site, and it looks like our HUD has been reset as well. So the electricity has caught up with our supersonic speed of Counter-Strike and you and I, Henry.
Absolutely true.
We are just too quick for this universe.
Well, North recover a 5 versus 3 detrimental situation. That's actually impressive. They bring it right back. It looked like their positions could lead them to some success there. It's AZ that battled hard at the AK-47. 8-4 now, Liquid giving up some very key rounds here. We could be going to a third. We'll see. Orps out on the CT side still. Anything but for Team Liquid. Tech9's Deagles once again. They have got armor, 1 flashbang. Very, very impressive team with pistols, but I'm not that confident in this setup right now. They're going to go into essentially a default. They've got no smokes to really cover off the key choke points. No Molotovs to flush out any CTs on the other side. He's going to have to wait for an opportunity here. Yugi falls back from the window. I'll head towards CT.
Yugi finds Naf. The round does not start the way the pistols of Liquid would have liked. Yugi.
That's better.
Yeah, much better. Gets punished by Twist. But AZ's got an AK and makes no mistake in the next 2 shots. Nitro was boosted toward the window, but even his range is limited. And it's all on to Elise, who's found by Volda. 9 rounds already for North.
Well, there we have it. Liquid. They managed to have a pretty underwhelming start on Nuke as well. Remember, they lost their CT side 9-6. It was their T side was very impressive. Changing things up though, North looked like they were in control after losing the pistol. They have a firm lead here. Stewie on the orb this time, might be spawn dependent. We'll see if he heads towards middle. Well, a smoke thrown top of mid. The follow-up in Century 2. Sends the T's back, and this is designed to get mid control. You can see how effective it is. They just have to fall right back. Deep grenade. He swallows it. Stewie will take some damage in the apartments there. And Kiabi's actually got himself towards underpass. This is a great move, but Twist is ready for it.
Cabby up the stairs. Twist able to put him down immediately, so not as sly as he thought he was. Elise behind the boxes. Preemptive nade. Position from Naf is very defensive in this. He's just holding over toward the A side. That's his intention at this point in time, but watch AZ. He backs off. I thought if he continued on there, he might catch out the bomb. The problem is the rotation back the other way. He had very little to work with. He's actually made noise now as well, which could be called by Naf. Won't have his exact position, but he'll know one is the front of sight. Smoke. Not down in front of Yugi yet. He's got to hit those. He's been struggling with that shot all game long. In fact, not once have I seen him counter a pick that wasn't a straight kill or a trade. Does make contact onto Nitro. He makes up for it onto Naf. Still, they have to deal with him because he's at CT. That's a huge kill from Twist as they try to plant the bomb reverse side of Default. No smokes down does mean Volda gets access as soon as he arrives, though, and Nitro does fall in the end. Still the advantage to Liquid, and Twist is having a hell of a round. Third kill for him.
Really is. That's really impressive stuff. It is going to be Twist showing us a bit of that star power. 4 kills for him in total, but I say that, Matt, that's only his 8th kill of the round after that sequence. So it's been a very slow start from a Mirage, but it could be a fantastic finish if he keeps that up. No one breaking double digits as we go into round number 15 on Team Liquid. Plenty of that action for North as AZ has 17 kills. What a performance it's been from him towards that A site. Bowder with 10, same story for Kiabi, as Stewie will take the orb once more towards the A side of the map. Rip on Mirage. I spoke to the players last week. They are Mirage, that they feel like Stewie's their main AWPer. It was mainly on the CT side, but seems to be coming in more and more on their T side as their game develops. We are off, though. This round is cancelled. No one's taking any damage. I think that's all fine. As a sound card went out, something like that. Naf is disconnected, and we'll get back into the action at the final round very shortly. If we can get the 9-6, I think that's fine on the T side. It's their pick. It's not super comfortable, but I'm sure they can bounce back like they did on Nuke. I'm still got them down for the 2-0 here, but North have presented a strong CT side here. Hasn't been bad at all. They lost the pistol as well, remember, so the fact they've had so many rounds of the claw back into it, like 5-on-3 deficits, has been pretty cool.
Headsets are off. Naf's browsing the web trying to find a fix. He's Googled it. He's just waiting for the result.
It's downloading more RAM as we speak.
Downloading more RAM is like the equivalent meme to like the car guy saying like, oh, you need to top up your headlight fluid, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the typing's coming forward. You can see they can't chat in the technical timeouts. Might be a bit more of a severe issue than I thought if Stewie's completely committed to taking the headset off, but those in-ears can be a bit uncomfortable with the big headset over the top, so maybe just resting while they get everything sorted. Admin coming over now to work out exactly what the problem is here. If it's a sound issue, you might want to put the headset on there, Naf. Give it a test. There we go.
That's not a bad idea, right?
We're going to test if it's working. Let's put those in. It looks like
it's fine.
okay.
Trust me.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah, let's double check. He's talking. I think we're good. Continue has come in. He needs to rejoin the server. But looks like we are underway. The North boys looking for another victory here. The first best of 3 of the day. Managed to take down Vitality earlier after going down. I think it was 14-8.
Yep.
Put it right back.
Yep, and Vitality, I think, will likely have a rematch if North can't pull off this series.
Yes. I think that's a good point. Best of 3 have definitely got Vitality favored in that one. If it does happen. Just saying that because it's the second map. Liquid's pick. Sure, North have the lead right now. In terms of the last round, though, I can at least look at the buy while we wait to get back into the action. The unpause has been called through. Gade will have a FAMAS. Yugi has Glass Cannon AWP, and as you've said, he's had some impactful kills, not a ton of them. He's only got 9, but the rounds, he has been finding frags. They more or less have been winning them, but there's certainly been some missed shots as well. Stewie, once again, looking towards that A ramp, seeing if anyone will cross over. Nothing there to be found. More focus towards B this time. Seeking 3 players there at the very start. AZ, not playing the A side this time. He'll be towards short. So a bit of a change of setup here. Just leaving Valda alone on the A side for now.
Yugi rotating around again to his, I'm going to call it Nemesis position. Yeah, again, his efficiency from CT has not really been anything to write home about. Stewie's going to face him down this time. Actually made contact on that shot through the ticket booth and caught him on the second one as well.
That's sick from Stewie. He wallbangs on the first shot and the second. It's enough to take him down. Remember, Yugi's on no armor there as well, so very vulnerable to the penetration of those large 50 cal bullets. We are going to see Elige making his way to CPL, one of the most overlooked positions in terms of utility. It's so rare to see a team use a flashbang or anything in there, and it always leads to that result. I'm not sure why it's so neglected. Either way, commitment towards A now. Liquid will be throwing in the Molotovs. Valda waits patiently, but it's a free fire spot. Twist shows that right there. Naf Now that is the shot you want to see from him. 4 versus 2. AZ been playing so well, but they have no kits here, and he's already at 32 HP.
So Twist waits it out. Still inside of fire, which is cleared. Snaf will support him, keep him alive. AZ goes down. Stewie's got the kill. We're going to send it to a break. 9-6. Liquid give themselves a chance when we return. We get back underway. 9-6 for Team North, who head over to the T side. We'll see if Liquid can replicate that of which they did on Nuke. Not so much the challenge of being on the harder side, but certainly coming back from a deficit. They are 3-0 on pistols, converting all of them as well.
We'll see what they can do. Here we go then. Huge pistol. If North are going to win any of them, this would certainly help them out. They've got 1 smoke, 1 flash. The rest do have Kevlar. It's certainly helping them out so far. They get the first kill there. Nafly looks like he'll get that one. Bomb down towards the van, but still an equal situation for now. Nitro tries to spam the USP. It does not work out for him. The Glock comes out on top in those close range interactions. 3 versus 2 though. 12 still alive. He's been hitting some great shots. His teammate has been dropped. Oh, lovely stuff there. It's up to Gade and Kiabi now. Bomb has not been planted. They'll attempt to get it down in the corner though. Twist gets there. He doesn't deny the plant, and it will be a nice trade from Kiabi. They will win the pistol, indeed.
Yeah, the second I say that they're 3-0, and they lose.
Well, it's going to be double digits first for North there. Comes right down to the wire, but the bomb not denied. It will be Twist taken down eventually. There we go. Good, simple stuff there from North. Fast B approach there, swinging out with the Glocks. Managing to get that first kill and able to access. And there is a force buy in the second round, just a note. Deagles and Scouts, so Stewie will reserve his cash. Like I said, he's the main author on Mirage these days. So he'll be saving about $1,300.
He actually, Nath actually hit that last shot, by the way.
Is that him?
Deagle
Okay.
through the wall. It hit
There you
Valda
go.
for 8 HP. Desperate spray spam with the Deagle. Well, let's see what Liquid can come up with. Twist on the Scout. Need smoke, that is, at least to cover off for Twist. What do you reckon, Hank?
I thought he's got a chance. We'll see if Elige can detect AZ in the sub. Very patient stuff so far.
Well, he knows he's got to get away if he couldn't hit the one shot.
And sending all 5 players towards A now. 4 CTs there. This could be problematic.
Yeah, you make contact with one player. Perhaps the fact that he's so far forward in the site, they think he's looking for information because he wants to call the rotation, but instead, they have multiple players there, and Elige finds 2 with a Deagle. Nap wants to try and do the same, but they're going to push him down. They're going to run him and gun him with the MP5 as Nitro CZ gets Volda from jungle. And he's going to swing back into the same position. You are right. They are low, and they think he's gone away from there. He's coming the same angle and gets away from both flashes as a result. He's on 73. They're on 54 and 45. He's got an AK. This is doable, but they bait out the first shot. And now they know exactly how to pursue and peek as Gade finds the winning kill of the round.
There it is. That's the force buy from Liquid as well. They had everyone there on the A site. 4 players waiting, ready for the attack. North of the execution, though, managed to trade out kills and shut down the snowball effect there. Liquid were unable to gather any rifles, and they'll have to take the full eco here. A couple of PC-50s purchased, the Deagle or 2. That's about it. Stewie has the Zeus. Remember, he's bringing out the AWP as they stack towards A. A lot of teams focusing towards a B stack these days. So switching things up slightly. AZ might be in trouble here. He just wants to get the hell out of there at this point. Gets himself 1. Can't quite exit out of the palace, so he will give up his AK-47. That's going to be in the hands of Nitro now. What is the player just caught on the reload there? A chance for a second frag. Well, Elige will find it. 3 on 3. I didn't think this round had any legs to it. If North give this one up, they'll be kicking themselves. Oh, there's a chance as well. Yugi checking the corner, exposes himself for a brief moment there. Stewie will get the frag in return. 2 on 2. Nitro still with the AK-47. It's Gade who's got top of middle right now, and Valda and Connector. This is the round which should have been there, should have been clean. All of a sudden looks problematic, but still, heading towards B could be the correct call here. It's Stewie on that side of the map who only has the USP and the Zeus. Nitro and T-Spawn. He's got the kill. No way. Where's the trade? Why are they not together?
Volda suddenly all by himself. Sure, he's got the AK, but so does Nitro. Advantage to him for having the high HP and the bomb and the armor. And now, oh, look at this, though. He's been baited in. Stewie can win this with a Zeus. He baited him in. He took one shot, and he read it perfectly.
That's so. I was about to say, well, if he kills Stewie, he'll just run towards A. It's over. I forgot he had the Zeus there. That's so wild. The Zeus clutch. That's insane. I've never seen it look that impactful before. That's the only way he gets that kill. If he had the USP, no way he wins the duel. And that is the best call.
Volda's even kicking himself, thinking, wow, I did not see that coming.
No, I forgot it. I even called it at the start of the round. I forgot he had it. That's so sick. Well, there you go. The Zeus saves the day. I don't even know how he got that kill towards short. Why North are not working together and betray potential, I couldn't tell you. But it cost them the round. That's a full eco victory for Liquid. Just when North looked like they were about to assert their dominance. A classic crossfire there, Liege watching towards the underpass. Stewie patrolling top middle. They can play off each other's calls. It is going to be an eco, pretty much for North. 2 PT50s out of them. So, oh, okay. I don't think Liege had a head on it there, as he's been dropped very quickly. Gives up his all. I think he picked up this. I'm not sure where that went, but this is actually turning into a pretty expensive round now. They could actually lose this one, you know.
Absolutely they could. Stewie with the op pass to hit the shot. Thankfully, he had a little bit of help from Nitro to get back out, but Nitro senses perished. Yugi will as well. It's all onto AZ. Bomb down in the middle, and I think Twist is aware of that. May not be on the radar, but certainly he would have seen it fall from the victim's hands. Although I say that, he's retaking that position either way. He's aware now. Dink even still.
Way too close that one, considering Glocks and P250s, but still they win the round. Certainly affects their finances, but overall they're okay. Double orb setup now on the CT side. Not even Nitro to have one of them will be Naf and Stewie. So round 20 coming through. Liquid trying to close the gap. This round will be indicative as to whether they can do it. 5 players towards A for North. Execution very likely here. You want to be doing this within 20 seconds or so at the most. And you can see the line of the smokes. It'll be quite a fast finish here. Smokes towards CT. Steps. Jungle. Smokes. Flashes going through. Be detected though. It's Twist for the first frag from Shadow.
That's there. Can't quite step wide though. Gets stuck in the corner gate instead to get the kill. And Liege now has to wait back with the smoke, but he's got a cap. Oh, a massive one. He sees it just barely. And it's going to deny the bomb plant, but give his position up to gate. The problem is it doesn't matter that he gets the trade because the bomb is still down. Minute and 13 leaves lots to work with, but it's chaotic. It's frantic inside of the site. And Yugi has slowed the pace considerably. No other choice. 2 towards CT. They can swing again. Naf still looking for position on the AWP. Has started to get away. They know the bomb's still down on the site. In fact, Naf's just watching behind to see that they don't push through jungle because Stewie's given up the position. Double up to hold this, but they're going to rotate around and pincer North at this point in time. And Nitro, he knows they're planting. Quick shot just to get him off of it. Just to deny him the space and comfort of doing so. That gives more time to Stewie on the flank. He's going to go Palace as well, not toward A main. Doesn't want to be limited. From Palace, he'll be able to walk out, see the plant no matter where it is. He at least gets napped down, and he's looking for the second player, and Stewie surprises him by walking out.
Well, there we go. It's North with the execution at the very start of the round towards A. They managed to break out of A, ran pretty successfully, but couldn't get the bomb down. Too much CT presence, too many precise shots being landed, and Stewie 2K's orb finding multiple frags there, especially towards the end of the round. Lost bonus under the rack up, but not to a comfortable position just yet. Team Liquid gunning for double digits on their map pick. If they can close this one, I'll be 2-0. Should be through to the playoffs as they send 4, maybe 5 players towards B. Trying to push through the flames and it's going to lead to the demise of Kiavi and Gade. Bomb down, rotations to come through, and that should be the round complete. Not if shots like that keep being delivered though. Nitro needs to buy time at this point. They're going to find an AWP, but he should be fine at this stage. Still possible to give this round up, though. Orb in the hands of Yugi can turn rounds on his head. He's got an M4 for Valde as well, and he's got armor. No way.
My God, they just let him walk in. They had the position held off. Elise now has to clutch this back with a UMP walking in from Catwalk. The fact that Volda gets both those changes things considerably. At North look to go up 12-9. Surprisingly, Elise has gone farther than I think they were ready for, and that gives the UMP a bit of chance. Volda holds his nerve. What a round from him to push through. 4 kills in total.
Nitro gets 3. He's the B bomb side anchor. And that's still not enough, apparently. He gets the first 2 kills. It looks like it should be done. Fancy footwork from Valda to get towards the kitchen. And he's cooking up a storm in there with 2 frags. That was absolutely wonderful from him. A key round to pick up. And I think that actually sends Liquid to the doldrums financially. As they go 12-9 down, that was a massive round to pick up. As Yugi, as they'll take a tactical pause. Why not? You just want a big round. Adrenaline's surging. You don't want to take any missteps going forward. You want to maintain this lead now, try and work out the cash, bring the coach in. And I think it has to be the eco here for Liquid. They're going to have to give in and let this one go 13-9. Third map is Overpass, which could be required at this point. We will see. Round 22 will be next. Just 1 flashbang purchase, I assume a mid-push from the CTs from Connector. That's pretty much all you can do with a single flash. Maybe pushing over towards the A ramp. That's what they've gone for. No one there. So that's pretty much all the investment of this round used, and I'll have to sit back and wait.
Twist waits, reverse fire. Stewie. Flash up, Kirby. Trying to go through AZ's tag down to 37 on a running and gunning pistol. They want in, and they're gonna get in. Kirby goes all the way down this time. Twist with the shot. Gate's been dinked up. Liquid's doing significant damage, but as always, it starts that way for pistols. It may not end that way. They get 2 kills in return, and that holds them in position. Elise, though, oh my goodness. Volda not have any idea that he was sneaking back in from Shadow.
There's still a chance here on the full eco. Oh my goodness, even more so now. Nitro can time this well. In he comes.
That's the high HP. Excuse me, that's AZ. He's 37. But you're right, he gets this and it's wide open. He's gonna wait. He wants them to be on the bomb plant. He's dancing. AK picked up. Bomb plant goes down, but he still gets the kill. They're defenseless. And now they know where Yugi is. He's got the AWP. That's not enough necessarily. He misses 1 shot or gets forced off the angle, and they can run him down. He doesn't want to. He's actually just going to get on the defuse. Molotov comes in, but he can hold this. He's going to hold it all the way through. No, he gets off it, and Yugi hits the shot on Naf. He didn't have a kit, so he had to get off. That's going to make this a winnable situation for Yugi. 10-second defuse still, and he's so far removed. He wants to bait him out sooner, Nitro, but this is all a time factor. And Yugi, he'll go down, but he's got the... Oh, yeah, he's got the round. Definitely. I don't think this is close. I don't think he's got to pull this off. I think North get away with this.
No, I think he has.
Oh, my God, he actually has.
A full eco victory. They were given that round on a plate, and somehow it falls apart. It looked like Yugi did enough there. The Molotov on the bomb, he gets the penultimate frag as well, but somehow, some way, Nitro from the Palace position backstabs, and it was a scrappy kill on AZ there, picks it up, doesn't deny the bomb. That was a key factor there. Could have kept North alive, but no. Somehow, with just USPs, 1 flashbang, North might have cost himself the entire series here. Oh, that's the one that really tilts you off the face of the planet as well. Money's low, and he'll buy what they can. It's 2 pistols, a Galil, 2 AKs as well. Give this one up, it's 12-11 with another eco on the cards as they wait for CT aggression. Yeah, use this time to calm down. That's a round that just shouldn't be going against you any day of the week.
Between that and the bait from Volda, there's 2 rounds they're going to be kicking themselves over.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Well, it was North who managed to win an eco victory towards B, so I guess they're going to taste their own medicine here. Stewie, he'll get the first frag. AZ, remember, this is a force buy. He'll be dropped first.
And Stewie, give him credit there as well. Didn't fire at the jumping player. That's meant to be the bait. That's meant to take his aim away. And he knew what was following. He gets AZ as a result, so he's got the experience. I can't believe he just hit that. He was nowhere near any of the 3 that he fired at. Down to 15 HP as he wanted a 3rd kill going back inside of the flames. Fast hands from Stewie, fast feet to get away and stay alive. Twist will stay on top of the A sights. It's Gade that actually snuck out from Connector late though, and Twist on the re-peek. Suffers the shot to the head from an AK. The pestilence these days. Gabby gets one further against Naf, but he found Gabe before that, so we didn't see that shot over his shoulder. It certainly landed. Denied plant, though, again. Liquid seem to have position behind them time and time again. We're within one. It's 12-11.
Wow. Stewie 2K, AWP lighting them up. They're going to have to take an eco now. Lost bonus just not there. They get $2,400 per player into this round, and that's just not enough without the plant. Liquid should be knocking on the door of 12-12 here if something unbelievable doesn't happen, and you know what, that could be the case. Seen some pretty crazy rounds here. They send all 5 players into an A rush. They'll have to go for the Flames first. Flashbang's pretty decent, you know. The twist, that's Doty. He'll be getting the first. Elige with 3. And that's going to be Valda with the bomb. Lead up the A ramp. They get 1 kill. It was a throwaway round, but Liquid have tied things up. This second half, after losing the pistol, currently 6-3 in favor of Liquid. But that full eco victory, I feel like that's going to be a main talking point in the analyst desk. This felt like a game North had. It was theirs. And that 1 round's cost them essentially 3 in total. But still time left, but Liquid on their pick. Now with money behind them, I feel like the 2-0 might be locked in at this point. 4 players towards A once again. North have been focusing on this side of the map. Now 5 players, the bomb rotates in. They'll be going for an execution. Mid is clear. CT's confirmed that. Good news for them is they can rotate back and towards the A side, no problem. Here comes the execution. Stewie's in position. Once again, nails the first shot.
That's a oh my god. He is so aggressive right now, and he's making it pay off. It's almost what Liquid need a little bit, is this flavor, this aggression. Oh, they're touching. They know it. You can hear him shooting. Nearly went back for it. That was a must-hit shot for Stewie, the first one, because they didn't have anyone towards CT at the time. Now Twist rotates all the way back around to get there. Naf's got Gabe. If Stewie had lost that, the execution comes in, the smokes go down, A site is lost. Instead, emphatically held, and Liquid take the lead.
Again, it will be Stewie 2K just making them look absolutely foolish on the A site. He's in position, he's not flashed, he's not smoked, he's quick, he's nimble, he hits the first 2, no problem, and he wanted more as well. His teammates just protecting him as he ducks and weave on the steps, and there's a timeout here. Now, Lost bonus gets to the 4th stage. They're going to get $2,900 per player. But still, that's a struggle. I think they have to take another eco here and allow Liquid to get to 14. Money has been such a massive problem for North towards the end of this game. So many ecos and conceding to them as well. AZ's got 24 frags. He is playing remarkably well. The first half performance was pretty remarkable. They have got enough for a decent round here. It's not as detrimental as it once was before. They have got Deagles and armor, sure, but they have smokes, flashbangs, Molotov, HEs, 4 of those. So watch out for the airstrike towards middle, trying to give Liquid a taste of their own medicine. Let's see how it tastes. The grenades surely now. In they come. Decent damage, but not a kill. Stewie's in trouble. He needs backup desperately. He needs to get the hell out of there.
He does, and doesn't have any support from Elige until now. Certainly not for the window, thankfully. The AK is ready. I say, a lot of spray, and I thought missed opportunity in the first few shots, but Elige controls himself to find all 3. I know it's against an anti-eco, but like for a moment that he was going to actually fluff the line.
A team like North, a tactical squad with Deagles, armor, and all utility, that is still a very tricky round. Oh, that's a nice one. The pink mouse.
You want one? You jealous?
I use that mouse at home.
That would match your fingernails.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
To be fair, you went with the lightest shade of pink you could.
I know,
you
it was
went
very, very modest thing.
Easy on that.
Look, man, you've got to match your skin tone.
Oh,
know?
Okay, that's how it works. Do you want to do like a podcast on makeup?
I actually was thinking about it.
A beauty podcast from Henry G. I think that would be a good idea.
I'm going to do a face mask after this broadcast. You want to come join me? Pamper yourself.
You'll have to find someone else to give you the mask. I'm sorry.
Oh dear. Well, back to the rounds. As we move on, hopefully, there will be an A attack from the CTs. Just try to probe and see if they can catch terrorists with smokes in the hand. Twist of the Org. He might be flashed over this point, or just could hold by the flatter pot. It looks like it's the latter. You can see North have had the fear of God put into them. Holding right back, waiting for the aggression of Stewie 2K. This time looking towards underpass. Oh, it's making me anxious with looking at it. Opportunity for a kill there. Now when he misses out, but takes some damage, down to 48. Minute on the clock. Mid control granted towards North. Smoke once again towards the window, and Connector. Looking to dissect the map at this point as they get closer and closer. They have not won a round now in the last 5. Elige patiently holds towards Palace, AK in hand. His teammate Twist holds the A ramp, so they're in great positions here. But Connector fully under control of North.
Elige. Good hold from Tetris. He got impatient, got caught off forward, and Stewie continues to be absolutely impressive on the AWP. The first was fast, the second was better. And he knows exactly where Kiabi's gone in a 1-on-5. This is going to be round 15 for Liquid. And Stewie to finish it off appropriately.
That's really good. This is the best looking Stewie 2K I've seen in a while. He hasn't looked remarkable in Liquid. He's definitely not been bad, but you expect him to be a star player. He's got 22 frags right now. It seems like the AWP is something they should be certainly investigating a little bit more into, because that's where we're seeing the best out of him. That was really cool to watch. What a strong last 5 rounds from him. No one can shut him down, it seems. Twist coming to life as well. Remember, he was 1-9 at one point. Currently sits on 17 and 21. Might not sound that impressive overall, but the comeback he's had in the second half, you can't sneeze at that at all. Really cool stuff. Galil's, UMPs, no utility on Yugi, AZ, or Kiabi. Surely this is where it ends, but we'll see what they can do. The 2-0 looking incredibly likely at this point. Gade and Elite exchange blows. Some flashes deployed towards Connector with the first kill for Kiabi. Has to be overtime now for the Danes.
It's the only thing they've got left to play for in this series, it seems, is Liquid want to advance. 2-0 in the series and 2-0 in the group. Could be a rematch again for North versus Vitality. Elite hearing all too much and all too well that AZ's trying to run toward the B site. Bomb is down inside of the quad, and Yuki finds himself in a 1-on-4. This one's all but done. 49 seconds. I think we'll be done sooner than that.
Yeah, I think you might be right, and there it is. North had this game, I've got to say. This wasn't so much Liquid winning, it was North losing. That eco round, that is where they just dropped off completely. We didn't see them post a round after that. I think they know it as well. It was such a great performance. They got 9-6 on their T side. It looks great, and they swap over, and they just get absolutely ravished once again. It's a difficult pill to swallow, considering, yes, on Nuke they had the upper hand as well. They gave it up, but I suppose it was like, it happens. The first game of the best of 3 against Liquid, but then it happens again on Mirage, and you got to be gutted at that one. It felt like they had so many good rounds, but then you could see the team crumbles when one disastrous round comes through.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. I mean, the fact that they had the lead in both those maps as well.
Yeah.
They had to come back on Vitality earlier. You'd think that the mentality was there, that they had the resilience, but Liquid shows that they are certainly moving in the right direction again. This is their best chance to get a second notch on the Intel Grand Slam.
Yep.
We send it back over to the desks of the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. How are you guys doing after that one, Stunna?
You know, I really like that whole taser sort of, the Zeus trick there. Really, really good stuff by Stu, you know.
Yeah, he knew he was going to use it as the last kill of the round.
Yeah, it was beautifully well done. Nonetheless, Liquid do find triumph here in their opening best of 3, and that does net them a pretty sweet spot in the tournament. Chad, kind of break down what this means overall.
So right now, Liquid have booked themselves a spot in the arena already. So if you're a North American fan at home, you have to be happy with this one, right? Because you're going to have your home team there battling it out in front of the crowd. But they have one more opportunity to play in the upper bracket final, which will be coming out later in the week, to book themselves a spot straight in towards the semi-final. That'll take them straight through to Saturday, but guaranteed the arena thus far. So that's looking pretty nice.
And I guess when we look back at this matchup, because any minute we should have a player from Liquid standing by. Maniac, what are some of the things that you can see, like just from the difference of a first map to second map here?
Well, I think that Liquid were battered a little bit on that Mirage game, to be honest. I think North gave them a way back in.
Couple of ways.
Looked in control a couple of ways. Yeah, a couple of eco rounds, actually. So this is not really pretty from Liquid, but it doesn't matter. As Chad said, it job's done. They are in the playoff. But that was crappy a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit of something. We do have Stewie 2K, the Zeus god himself, down there on the sidelines with Frankie. Let's hear more about that.
You're on.
I had to grab Stewie because you don't get away with using a Zeus in a match here in Dallas and get away with not doing the interview. How did you have the guts to pull that one out the bag?
Honestly, props to my team for shaping out the round to putting it in my way in my favor. They didn't know what spot I was in, and I got a free kill on Cat, and I saw the bomb, so I just expected him to be close. And when I saw him close, I knew he was going to push me, and I just risked the Zeus, so it was lucky on my part.
I want to roll things back to Nuke, though, because in your first half, it seemed like you forgot you were Team Liquid. So how did you work out that T-side?
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. I think Vitality really killed our groove on Nuke, but we still think we're a good team on it, and we're not going to be afraid to play anyone on it. I think they played pretty good. We knew what they were doing on their T side, and we were trying to stop them from doing it, but we weren't able to stop getting caught off guard all the time. But we knew what they were doing. We knew the strats, but we played pretty bad on their C side. But T side, I think Russell saved us a lot with that 2K on the spray and went down bomb vent and won the 2v2, I think. So I think Russ won the very big round for us.
Why such a strong A focus on your T side of Mirage?
On T side, I think we're just more comfortable going towards A. Like B's, there's such a big, small choke point there, and it's hard for us to go, and our B splits needs some more work. And they were using their utility really well. On the one round we went B, and we lost a lot of money doing that, so we decided to just keep going A. Their A was pretty weak, it was easy to pick them off, so we just continued going A.
Have you got time to fix your B, though? Because all the other teams now are going to see that weakness.
Oh yeah, we will have time. We will have a lot of tricks over our sleeves.
Now, talk to me about that round that pretty much won you the series. It was Nitro up in Palace on that Felico, and he managed to get that defuse in the last moment. What was that round like for you?
Well, in the beginning, we saw they lived with one, so we knew they were really low money, and they had to go for a quick execution or quick mid control, and they didn't go for quick mid, and we decided to stack A. And honestly, I think they played pretty afraid against USPs. We had USPs no armors, they're giving us so much space to work with, and we were able to flank twice on eco round, so I don't think they're playing that great right now.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Congratulations. You definitely booked your place in the quarterfinals. And now I'm going to let you go before you zap me with a Zeus because I just do not trust this face. Let's head back to the desk.
Well, North American fans better trust that face because him and the rest of Team Liquid are looking good as a horse in the running.
Highest
here.
earner.
Yeah, I mean, that guy, he's got some cash.
Yeah, he's earned the most money as a North American Counter-Strike player, right? I guess the major win kind of helps with that one,
yeah,
right?
I mean, that one kind of boosts things a little bit more. But more importantly, let's focus on North here because, yes, Liquid have won it. We can all stream the banners, all this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what happens to North now.
I think you could hear from what Shu was saying right towards the end of that interview about, those eco round situations and alluding to them, not playing so great at the moment. And that is in those situations they played quite poorly, right? This round right here, Gage should have never been walking up Cat that deep on his own. I know that he only had to fight a USP, but to take that kind of a risk in that situation, that's a pivot round. The fact that they had 2 of those openings, that's really going to haunt North. And you could see on their faces after the loss, they were really disappointed with how that unfolded.
I mean, you'd have to be, right? You have to be disappointed just the way it happened. It's not the fact that you lost 2-0, it's the fact that they have to realize they could have put it to a third map.
Yeah.
Would they have won that third map? We don't know, but they surely had the cards for it. If you look at the positive, the bright side, AZ, to me, he was really shining like on that Mirage game.
Yep.
And we talked about how he needed to step up if North wants to have a chance at a deep run in this tournament. So AZ being full engine blasting, that's really good. And I think for Valde, every series, every best of 3 now is an occasion to grab more experience. It's a thing to become an in-game leader. It's another to be the tournament, many best of 3s, many series to play. So tomorrow, the day after, he's going to be even more comfortable, day after day.
I mean, that's not just something that just happens overnight by any stretch of the imagination. And we're not even just talking from a tactical standpoint. We're talking just a fluidity and operating standpoint, because that's not necessarily something that team is used to. So now they're going to have a new driver. And everybody knows you got to watch out for new drivers.
Yeah, I almost got run over today on the scooter.
Yeah, same actually just now.
Look, I was already in the middle of the road, so I wasn't in the wrong here. But I think, it's still very good signs that North could push Liquid this far in the infancy of this team, right? Obviously, it's the honeymoon period. They're still adapting. They're still changing. But we're seeing good signs. And I don't know how you feel about it. Obviously, they're still quite strat heavy. But I think they're playing like a looser style. It feels like players are happier now to take more risks in certain situations. Not always a good thing, but it can help, especially for players like Kirby and AZ.
No, it's funny you mentioned Kirby because I thought that he looked rejuvenated. So that's just one game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and say that, Valde being in-game leader will enable Kirby to come back. But he definitely looked like he had more space and more occasions to take the duels, and he was one of these players who used to be known for that. So maybe Valde, is going to give him more space. Maybe it's part of the plan.
Well, I've got to wrap up this conversation here. Coming up after the break, we have another upper bracket semi-final for you. Group A continues. This time, it's going to be FaZe Clan taking on the Ninjas in Pajamas here in Dallas. FaZe Clan with a new leader, and Nip with the stand-in and Pito. We'll see what they've got when we come right back after this break.